You're totally doing fat loss wrong, especially if you think more running is the answer. Want to know the real deal? The key to burning visceral fat isn't endless cardio. It's ancient habits humans practice long before treadmills existed. Visceral fat is the dangerous stuff. It wraps around your organs. It's linked to inflammation and heart disease. Our ancestors didn't jog in circles to get rid of it. They lived in ways that made storing it nearly impossible. So today, I'm breaking down 5 ancient habits that burn visceral fat faster than running, and how you can use them today without living in a cave. First habit, walking after meals. Not power walking, not incline treadmill, just walking. Hunter-gatherers didn't eat and then collapse on a couch. They ate, then they moved. They gathered more food. They kept going. Here's what happens in your body. When you walk for just 10 minutes after eating, your muscles pull glucose straight from your bloodstream. That means lower insulin spikes. And lower insulin, that's when your body can actually tap into stored visceral fat. Running spikes cortisol. If you're already stressed, that can actually lock belly fat in place. But walking? Walking lowers stress, stabilizes blood sugar. It's sustainable. You can do it every single day. If you added just 3 short walks after meals, you'd probably see more belly reduction than adding 2 extra weekly runs. So your muscles are working. But what if I told you there's a way to make them burn even more, even when you're not moving? Let's add tension and watch your metabolism shift from the outside. Second habit, lifting heavy things. Our ancestors didn't work out. They carried water, they dragged wood, they lifted stones, they squatted down and stood up hundreds of times a day. That kind of full body tension builds muscle, and muscle is expensive. It burns energy even when you're sitting still. Here's the truth most people ignore. Visceral fat hates muscle. The more lean mass you have, the more insulin sensitive you become. And the more insulin sensitive you are, the easier it is to burn that deep belly fat. You don't need a fancy gym routine. You need tension. Push-ups, squats, pulling movements, carrying groceries like they're sandbags. Running trains endurance. Lifting changes your metabolic engine. So your muscles are built. But here's what I keep seeing people get wrong. They're building the engine, but never letting it run on fat. Let me show you the timing trick that flips the switch. Third habit, eating in windows, not constantly. Our ancestors didn't snack every 2 hours. No breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, dessert. They ate when food was available. That natural pause trained their bodies to switch fuels. Here's what happens in you. When you constantly eat, insulin never drops. And when insulin never drops, visceral fat never gets tapped. Short daily fasting windows, even just 12 to 16 hours, help lower your baseline insulin. That gives your body permission to burn stored fat. This isn't starvation, it's rhythm. Eat, stop, let your body work. Running while still eating 6 times a day? That's like trying to drain a bathtub with the faucet still on. So your insulin is under control. But here's what I see wrecking progress for so many people. They're nailing the diet, but their hormones are still fighting them in the dark. Let me show you the one switch most people leave on by mistake. Fourth habit, sleeping in darkness. This one surprises people. Ancient humans slept in complete darkness. No LED lights, no glowing phones, no Netflix until midnight. Here's what I see happening in your body. Modern light at night disrupts melatonin. And melatonin isn't just about sleep. It influences insulin sensitivity and fat storage. Poor sleep spikes cortisol, and cortisol, it signals your body to store energy right around your organs. You can run 5 miles a day, but if you sleep 5 hours under artificial light, your hormones will sabotage you. Protect your sleep like your life depends on it, because your metabolic health does. Dark room, cool temperature, consistent schedule. Ancient, simple, powerful. So your sleep is locked in, But here's the piece most people miss. Even with perfect sleep, if you sit all day, you're still fighting an uphill battle. Let me show you the ancient movement pattern that keeps your metabolism burning 24/7.
Fifth habit, daily movement. Not workouts, movement. Our ancestors didn't separate exercise from life. They squatted to rest, they sat on the ground, they climbed, they reached, they twisted. Today, we sit in chairs for hours, and visceral fat loves inactivity. Here's what I see. When you sit all day and then run for 30 minutes, that doesn't undo 10 sedentary hours. But frequent movement, standing, stretching, squatting, walking while on calls, keeps your metabolism active all day long. Think of it like this. Running is a spike. Ancient movement, that's a constant flame. And visceral fat responds better to the flame. So you've got the 5 habits. But here's the part most people don't want to hear. Running isn't bad, it's just incomplete. Let me tie this all together and show you the real lesson. Now here's the real lesson. Instead of asking, how can I burn more calories? Start asking, how can I live in a way that makes visceral fat unnecessary? Walk after meals, lift heavy things, create fasting windows, sleep in darkness, move all day. None of this is extreme. None of it requires hours in the gym, but combined, it changes your hormonal environment. And that's when visceral fat finally lets go. If you found this useful, hit subscribe, because next, I'm breaking down the ancient morning routine that naturally optimizes testosterone, cortisol, and fat burning before 9 a.m. And trust me, it's older than that.